Okay, fantastic. Uh, Thank you, everybody, for joining for this emergency meeting. The nature of the emergency is that we've had a situation where parents have reached out to me and other members of the DC State Board of Education regarding being told their children are going to be unable to attend kindergarten for the upcoming year and are being passed over, and DCPS is attempting to enroll them in first grade. The other nature of the emergency is that in one instance, at least, DCPS has reported a family to CFSA for educational neglect, even though their child is currently enrolled in a pre-K 4 educational program at this time. And I'll go into more detail about that when we get to the substance of the issue and the legislation that we'll be putting forward. So those are the nature of the emergencies as to why we did this as an emergency meeting, so we could act quickly and get this issue moved out of committee and then get a resolution and legislation on the agenda for the upcoming board meeting. So I'd like to establish at this time a presence of a quorum. To begin the meeting, we're joined by Representative Best from Ward 6, and then three of our student representatives, Representative Barnes, Representative Ting, and Representative Mayer. So I want to thank all of you for joining us today. We'll move quickly because we do have people with time pressures. So I'll call out quorum at this point. I am present as chair of the committee. Representative Best.
Present.
Representative Barnes.
Present.
Representative Mayer.
Present.
And then Representative Ting.
Present.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen real quickly and bring up the comparative print of the legislation that contains the substance to what we're discussing today. Can I share my screen at this time? There it is. And sharing is not turned on. Is it turned on now? It is. Okay, great. Find the comparative print and we will share this. So for the purposes of what a comparative print is, this is what's required in any amendatory bill that goes before council that includes all changes to DC code. So this is the actual DC code, and in the strike and insert would be changes we would be making. And I will explain what each of these changes will solve and then talk about the resolution, which will then circulate for people to make adjustments to. So here we have the first thing that DCPS is claiming is that a public, any student right now who turns the age of 5 after the September 1st cutoff cannot enroll right now in pre-K 3. So if you have a student that will you say has a September 15th birthday, for example, due to DC regulations, they may not enroll in pre-K 3. They have to be 3 years old. So what you have is parents who don't have access in the neighborhood to pre-K 3 in their DCPS or public charter school cannot enroll someone who's the age of 2 in a pre-K program. So what happens is they go to pre-K 3 the next year, and then they've gone to pre-K 4. And that's what's happening with a lot of the students who are caught up in this. I apologize, my dogs are barking at something in the background. It's probably the mail. So then when a student now has completed pre-K 4, they turn 5 during that pre-K 4 experience, and then they go to try to enroll in kindergarten. Now, they've done nothing wrong. They followed all of the DC requirements. DCPS is saying you must skip kindergarten and go directly to first grade, whether the students are educationally ready for that or not. The other issue that's occurring is students are moving into DC, and I've had parents reach out to me about this too. I have, and if I'll switch my screen share here for a second. I will show you the list of states. So I'm changing my screen share. I'll stop this one, and I'm just going to share the entire screen. So share this for a second. Everybody can see all my stuff open here, and I'm going to put this up. Can everybody see that right now?
Yes.
So this is a list of all the pre-kindergarten enrollment requirements. Now, right now, 34 of the states have ones that are earlier than DC. So what we're experiencing is, like, for instance, we'll use Maryland as an example. You have a student, their cutoff date is 9/1, and that's the same as a Florida family I'm dealing with. So you could have a student in Maryland uh, who's got a birthday of September 15th. They can't enroll in Maryland kindergarten unless they turn 5 by September 1st. So they move into DC then the next year. And DCPS is saying, well, you now should have to enroll in first grade because DC's cutoff is 9/30, so September 30th. So what people in this September range of birthdays for that state basically get caught up in having to be forced to skip the grade of kindergarten for no reason other than the fact that they couldn't enroll in their home state. And that's a very specific example of a resident from Florida who's attending Oyster right now, is being told, even though the child is not educationally ready, that they must go to first grade. And then if they struggle in first grade, they'll either have to repeat first grade or be demoted to kindergarten, which makes no sense. They just finished pre-K4 in Florida. They've moved to DC. They could not enroll in pre-K4 in Florida because, as you see, they have a birthday, which is mid-September, and their cutoff again is 9/1. So there's really simply no reason why DCPS is suddenly being this strict on it, because there is discretion in DCMR for them to be less strict, but they've refused. And they're taking a hard line that students must skip kindergarten and go directly to first grade in these instances. That's obviously upset a number of parents. So here's the solution to that that solves the problem in its entirety. So DCPS is saying right now that a student who is or has turned the age of 5 after September 30th is enrolled in pre-K4 is truant. And they've reported one family who has a student right now in a pre-K4 educational program, which is a fantastic program, to CFSA. And someone from CFSA reached out to the family. The family is obviously freaked out by this, and there was absolutely no reason for our public school system to harass a family in this matter. So you see here that the requirement is changed to also allow any student who's in a public, private, or parochial pre-kindergarten educational program to be considered non-truant. So currently it just says a private school or parochial school. So most people were interpreting that to mean that if they were in those programs, that they would be fine. But DCPS is not interpreting the word school to mean a pre-kindergarten program. So we clarify that with specificity by just adding it in here so that they can no longer read ambiguity into the statute. The next area that we clarify here is under section 38-202. And that is saying, so this would be an instance where a child moves into DC. So let's take the Florida family, for example. They are unable to enroll in kindergarten by September 1st because their student is not old enough. They have a September 15th birthday. Had they lived in DC, they would have been eligible to enroll in DC. But let's say they move into DC in the month of May. Technically, that's still during the school year. And DCPS's interpretation is that that family would be truant from school, even though they've had no opportunity to begin kindergarten. And the position DCPS is taking is, even though that family wasn't enrolled in kindergarten, didn't qualify in the home state that they came from, they now are truant unless they are enrolled in DCPS kindergarten or charter school kindergarten, and they're not allowed to enroll in pre-K4 because that specifically aligns with the same age requirements for kindergarten. So what this simply allows is that any minor who moves in after the school year starts and could not enroll in their home state in kindergarten is not forced to enroll in kindergarten with just a bit of time left and is not considered truant. So this would, prevent the city from harassing families who are in that situation. The last of the three changes here solves all of these problems. So this says any minor who has not attended kindergarten and who does not reach the age of 6 on or before December 31st of the prior school year shall be permitted to be enrolled in kindergarten at the request of the minor's parent or guardian. So the question is, why do we pick December 31st as the date? Well, if I go back to the list of states, I will show you exactly why. Just got to toggle through these windows here. A lot of things here. Why is it not showing it? Okay, Darren. Sorry, we're having a little bit of trouble. I just got to toggle back to my screen with all of the state dates on it. There we go. For some reason it's taking away the list of the schools. All right, I'll just look at that again. Sorry, just I somehow lost the window. It disappeared beneath my screen. Can everybody still see my screen? We'll just bring
Yeah,
it
we
back.
can see it.
Okay. So we're going to bring this back, which is DC, we'll say school.
Do you want to pause or stop sharing your screen momentarily?
No, I'll just get it real quick. So kindergarten enrollment deadline, national. I'll find the website very quickly, and I'll send this to everyone who, there it is right here. Okay, so this chart here, when you see here, Connecticut is the earliest of all of these states with the deadline, and their deadline is January 1st. So we allow for any student, then we capture the farthest deadline, which is Connecticut. So any student who is prohibited from enrolling in Connecticut in kindergarten and moves into DC would still be allowed to attend kindergarten. We didn't want to leave this completely open-ended because we didn't want people to abuse the system to redshirt kids for over a year. So we made it as strict as possible, but to completely solve the problem that exists right now, which is people moving in from other states and being told they can't attend kindergarten, even though they've had no opportunity to. So these are the three things here. Those would be the three in the resolution that we would discuss. So at this time, let me just open it up for any questions, because I know Representative Best, you got to get off in about 5 minutes here, 10 minutes. So are there any questions on this proposal or any changes that one would recommend?
I don't have any changes or that I want to recommend, but I just want to say thank you for your attention to detail and nuances of this, because it could have completely continued to go under just unnoticed. So thanks.
Thank you very much, Representative Best. And I want to also give credit to Dr. Fleischer for an idea he had, which I'm going to follow up on immediately after this meeting. So in addition to talking with parents, he said that I should reach out and talk to our chief student advocate about this, who may have some insights too, who gets these complaints. And I will reach out to Mr. Davis as soon as this meeting is over to share the proposal with him. We can put him in the SharePoint on it. And then if he's got any suggestions for improving it or any additional loopholes he sees, he can then add that to it. And what is our deadline when I put the documents in SharePoint for technical edits to them, Dr. Fleischer?
Noon this Friday.
So we got to get it to you
Second.
by noon Friday finish. So can
Cool.
everybody by COB Thursday, which would be COB Thursday, get me edits in there? Does that work?
Yeah, and just keep in mind, this is just for the draft that will be reviewed at the working session. So it's just a working draft. It's just whatever it is, we're going to upload to Dropbox
Yeah.
Friday afternoon, and then we could continue editing following the May 7th meeting.
I'd like to get this as close to final as I can. So I'll send you everything that I have tonight.
Great.
Because this comparative print, we have to put this language into legislative form, which is relatively easy, but I just have to put it into the three different types of bills, which I can do quickly, but I want to make sure we have the language correct. So I'll do that. I'll put that all in Dropbox for people to see, and then we can proceed at that rate. So let me call on any other members who have comments or suggestions at this time on this. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so at this time, then I would like to move to advance this proposal. It's accompanying legislation, it's accompanying resolution. to the working session with leave for staff and members to make any technical adjustments or substantive adjustments with the consent of the committee that we recommend for the working session. So moved at this time.
Second.
Second from Representative Best. Thank you all. I will at this time call for a vote. I will vote aye. Representative Best,
Aye.
Representative Barnes,
Aye.
Representative Mayer, and then Representative Ting.
Aye.
Okay. Representative Ting has voted aye. Representative Mayer, if you can come off mute, you're still on mute. We would need to be able to hear you to formally record your vote. Representative Mayer may not be able to come off mute at this time, but the measure passes right now with a unanimous vote. So we can move ahead. I'll send Dr. Fleischer all the documents. We'll upload them in SharePoint tonight or tomorrow morning, Dr. Fleischer. It's already been a late day for you. So if you can
Sure.
upload them tomorrow morning, and then we'll give ourselves till like Thursday COB to get changes in. And I'll reach out per your guidance to Mr. Davis to get his opinion on this as well.
Excellent.
Well, thank you all. I appreciate it. And if there's no further discussion at this time, is there anything else we have on the agenda, Dr. Fleischer?
Nope. That's
right.
it. I'll put together, I'll make a committee report from this for the working session next Wednesday.
Well, thank you all. I really appreciate you getting together on an emergency basis, and I will send this information to Dr. Fleischer as soon as I get my children and my dogs taken care of here. So I appreciate your attendance today, and I hope you all have a good evening. At this time, could I get a motion to adjourn, please? Or
So
I'll
moved.
move. I'll move. Yeah, I'll second it then. I did that in the wrong order, Representative Best. So I'll second the motion. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, vote is unanimous. Thank you all for attending.
Wait. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
LaJoy is on the call.
Okay, can we add her so she can have an opportunity to have her vote recorded?
Exactly. I apologize.
No,
Representative
I
Johnson.
did. No, we're okay. So what I'd like to do, just so we're in procedure, I did not call for the vote on the motion as I recall. So what I'll do at this time is withdraw my motion to adjourn. So the motion is withdrawn, and we have an opportunity to let Representative Johnson Law on and get her vote recorded on the matter. Representative Johnson Law, how are you today?
Hi, Representative Goulet. Sorry I'm late, guys. My other meeting ran over, and so I caught the tail end a little bit. I think I know what this is about, and I'm definitely in agreement. But really quick, is this just about the ages, the September 30th deadline for like kiddos when they're turning like 5 or 6 to be able to attend kindergarten? Did I get it right, or is that something else?
You nailed it. It's just, and I can go through the details with you on this, but it's to ensure that no student is required to skip kindergarten if they come in from out of state or if they're in a approved pre-kindergarten program here in the District of Columbia.
Oh, yes. I don't know I know you all have voted, but I definitely agree.
Well, I'd like to at this time do a motion to reconsider the vote. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, second from Representative Johnson Law. I'd like to move for approval of the resolution at this time. I'll call for the vote without objection. Could I get a vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right, terrific. The vote is unanimous, and then we will transmit it, and you will now be recorded as voting in the affirmative and as present at the meeting, Representative Johnson Law. So thank you for joining us. So at this time, I'd like to move a motion to adjourn because I know Representative Best needs to leave. So I move a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, I'll second your motion then, Representative Johnson Law. And at this time, all in favor of the motion to adjourn?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you all, and hope you all enjoy your day. And Representative Johnson Law, if you want to call me to discuss, just give me a call.
When's a good time, Representative Goulet? I know you said the kids and the dog.
Well, they're eating right now, so I can talk to you right now.
Okay, I'll give you a call offline.
All right. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, thank you all.